Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandra and I am the designer behind SandraStitches, and you are here for some crochet goodness. So let's get started with today's video because it's the third in a series called 5 Things I Wish I Knew Before or During, or about crochet. Let's get started. So in this series, I go over all kind of topics about our crochet journey, and I think I have 5 things I wish I knew about gauge swatching that are super important before I started crocheting, or in my crochet journey, or as I think about gouging. So let's say something at the beginning, right? Gouging, making a swatch gouge, I don't know how to say it correctly in English, is super important. But there are some reservations and people think differently about it. There are some designers that never ever give you the gouge, so you don't know how to make your stitches and your sizes, and there are designers that give you each and every gouge for all the sizes. It depends. I think the first thing I wish I knew is that gouge is very important and crucial when you're working a project, that it's very important that it fits exactly to your body. Like maybe a wedding dress, or maybe something very special, very spectacular, very important. If it's not on that category, so gouging is important, but not as crucial. You can get away without doing it if you are a more experienced crocheter, because you already know your tension, you already know how many stitches you work. Of course, it depends on the yarn and tension and everything, but it's crucial only on very important, special projects, in my opinion. Everything I say here is my opinion. Of course, you can think differently. This is what I think. I do give the gouge in my patterns, but I am sure that when different people crochet following my patterns, they don't always get the same size. You have to very intentionally go over and over it, maybe sizing down or sizing up in your hook, all these tricks to get the exact gouge sizing as the pattern. All right, that was number 1. Crucial only on special occasions. This is what I think. Number 2, and I have a list here so I don't forget, is that your tension changes over time. So when you're gouging, it depends on the day that you're working. And it depends on how long you've been crocheting. Because when we start to crochet, we tend to usually crochet very tense, like holding the hook and holding the yarn very tense, because we're scared. And as we progress and as we grow as crocheters and get more comfortable with our tools and yarns and everything and our method of how to hold it to the hook and everything, we tend to change our tension. Our tension tends to change and gets a little bit looser. But I can tell you that it can change even in different days, according and depending on how you're feeling. So if you're sad, if you're happy, if you're relaxed, if you are having an anxiety day, it depends on so many factors. And your tension is a key element of the gouging. So it depends and it changes. You have to take it under consideration. And I wish I knew it, because sometimes you are in a day, I don't know, a happy day, and you start a new project and then you make your swatch gouge and it doesn't fit what's going on the pattern. And it's only because you're so happy that your yarn flies.
But they had his DNA on file after he took his own life, and because they had to do an autopsy, so they took it at that point, he ends up not being a match either. So 15 years since the murder, one DNA profile.
Number 3, the hook size that you choose for your project according to the gouge and according to what the pattern says you should use is not everything. What matters more, or together with the hook size, because the hook size is very important, but it's not the most important thing. You have to compare and you have to pair it with the yarn that you choose and the drape that you want to accomplish, and also the stitch pattern that you're working on. All these 4 together will give you the outcome of your project that you want, not only the hook size. So if you're working on a project and you see that the pattern calls for a 5mm hook, but you want the drape to be more drapey, more open, and you change to a 5.5mm or maybe even 6 or 7mm, but you are using a very bulky yarn, so maybe you will not get that drape. So you have to combine everything together to see how everything goes with each other. So only changing the hook size, it's not everything, it's not enough. All right, let's move to number 4, what I wish I knew before about gouging. So my number 4 thought is blocking. Now, okay, again, blocking is something that if you are in the crochet community, you will hear a lot of different opinions about blocking. And sometimes you have to block, and sometimes you do not have to block. So what it means, blocking can make a project and can break a project. It depends what you want your project to look like and what are your needs for your project. So if you are working a granny square blanket or a different square blanket, and you need each and every square to be in the same size, even though you're using different colors and sometimes maybe different yarns, brands, or all kind of different things, but you need all the squares to be in the exact same size, so the blanket will go accordingly. you need to block those squares. There is no other way. You have to block them, wet block them, and put them in the exact size so you get all your squares the same. But if you're working, I don't know, a bag, that it doesn't really matter the size of it, you know, the finished size, and maybe it will even stretch when you put inside things, you don't have to block it. If you're working something that has to be flat, I think you need to block it. If you are working, I'm working now on a skirt using scrap yarn. So I want the skirt to get to the maximum length that it can get with the yarn. And because I'm using all kind of yarns in that skirt, I have to block it. If I don't block it, maybe it will shrink. It will be, you know, shorter. It will be smaller. When you block a crochet project, you get a different size of it. Okay, so blocking is very, very important. Depends on the project. Some projects, not so much, but it can make or break a project. Just think about it. And now we get to our last tip. And now we get to our last tip of 5 things I wish I knew before about gouging. And our 5th tip is patterns are not always perfect. Okay, I am a crochet designer and I make a living by writing patterns, designing projects and writing the pattern. I can tell you that writing a pattern is very difficult. And if you want to be very, very, very exact and everything perfect in your pattern, it can take a long, long time because you have to go and write every single thing, test it with testers, usually a bunch of testers to see if everybody understands everything you wrote. If you have mistakes, sometimes you have mistakes, you know, spelling mistakes. Sometimes you have mistakes with the counting of the stitches. Sometimes there are lots of places for errors in patterns, in written patterns. So be, how can I say it, patient. Of course, you pay for it, so you want to get the perfect thing. But sometimes it's not perfect. And as you progress as a crocheter, you will know where there is a mistake and how to fix it. Usually you can contact the designer and tell them, you know, I purchased this pattern, there is something wrong here, I don't understand how to do it. And hopefully, I think I do, I answer every email that I get. They will maybe thank you for pointing out they have a mistake, or maybe tell you how to read what they wrote in the beginning. So if you're looking at the gauge written in the pattern, I don't know, maybe think again, and if you're trying and you're not getting there, maybe there is a mistake there. So take that in consideration. All right, these were my 5 thoughts, tips, things I wish I knew before gouging, about gouging, which I know is a very sensitive topic in the crochet industry. This is what I think. Tell me in the comments and let me know if any of these were new to you, if you find them helpful, if you have a new one or another tip about gouging that I did not mention, and we can all learn from you. So until next time, bye.